Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday. I hope you are all doing great. We are going to get started here as soon as I put on some lip balm because we're going to be chatting about digital age and the business of the digital age and Arbonne. So I am so excited to be with you this evening. This really is such a pleasure to be able to have an opportunity to share just really what Arbonne is and to paint a picture. And that's really my job tonight, is just to paint a picture of what this opportunity is. And so I just really appreciate you spending a few minutes with us this evening, because I know you could be doing a lot of other things. But I'm pretty awesome. So I promise you, this might not be The Bachelor, or I'm not going to climb over any fences, which I don't even know what that is, but I've just seen pictures of this dude jumping over fences, but I digress. So my name is Tara Johnson. I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne. And I'm just, like I said, I'm really honored that you would spend just a few minutes tonight letting me share with you, because I believe that this is valuable information. I 100% believe that this is something that everybody should consider. I do not believe that this is for everybody, but if you don't know, KNOW, all the information, then more than likely you're going to just say no without being fully informed. So my job tonight is just to paint a picture. It is just to cast a vision. It is just to show you what I believe is possible because of what I've experienced personally in my life. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I was born and raised in a small little town in North Dakota, and I now reside in Louisville, Kentucky, and have been here for over a decade. And this is where my life is. After going to college, I spent 8 years working in corporate retail. I worked for the company with the big red bullseye. And in my 8-year career with them, I was promoted 9 times. And I relocated my life, meaning I packed up my home and I moved 2 hours to 1,000 miles away to work in a different store or in a different location. And so when I got a call right after my 8th-year anniversary from my boss telling me that I didn't have a job anymore, to say that I was shocked was a little bit of an understatement. I was a hard worker. I had done everything that they had asked and more. And my track record showed that what I had done had been successful. So to find myself without a job in a day and age where I believed that as long as you showed up for work, you would be employed, it just kind of rattled my cage a little bit. Fortunately, I'm here to tell you that 10 years later, I have had an incredibly successful fitness business. I'm a certified personal trainer, along with being an Arbonne owner, a business owner, and I love what I do. I absolutely love it. I get to train people in their homes, or they come to my home, and I get to help them achieve their wellness goals. But you know why I love it the most is because I don't have to do it very much. When I started my fitness business a decade ago, I would train clients about 25 hours a week. And by the end of the week, I was exhausted. I was exhausted from talking, from standing, from driving, because I would put about 100 miles on my car every day, going from appointment to appointment because I was training people all over the city. Well, today, I train clients about 12 hours a week. And I drive my car about 15 miles a day, if that, sometimes not even that. Today, I didn't have to leave my house because my clients came to me. And so I put 0 miles on my car. And so my life looks incredibly different. And the reason that it looks incredibly different is because I started this little thing called Arbonne a handful of years ago. And because it has brought finances into my life, it has brought time into my life, and most importantly, it's brought choices into my life. And that's what I'm here to tell you tonight, is that this opportunity, this vehicle, is a vehicle to provide choices. And I don't know what those choices look like for you. They could be to do a wide gamut of things. It could be to give back. It could be to start a different business. It could be to travel. It doesn't matter the reasons, because everybody has different reasons for doing different things, but we all need a vehicle to get us there. So the thing is that kind of is astonishing is and these are actually just a couple of facts that I have found recently that are a little bit staggering. They are pertinent to the United States. So if you are tuning in from a different country, they're probably pretty similar, I would say. But here's just a handful. There's three. 41% of Americans don't have a budget, which means they're overspending. Because if you don't know what you should be spending, how much you're taking in and how much you're putting out, then you're probably overspending and not saving enough. 42% of Americans they don't have a retirement account. Like they're not saving for retirement. And I know if you're in your 20s or maybe even your early 30s, you're thinking like that is so far away. But it comes really quickly, and it's something that you need to build on for a very long time in order to get it to a place where it's going to help you survive down the road. And this is the crazy statistic. 44% of people cannot cover a $400 emergency. Like $400, not $4,000, but they don't have $400 in their savings account, their bank account to be able to cover just as an emergency expense, whether that's a car repair or a hospital bill or something. Like, to me, that seems crazy that we don't have enough money to cover an expense of just a couple $100s. So as I go through, and I'm just going to kind of jump in and share some nuts and bolts with you this evening, I want to ask you just two questions. And if you want, they can be rhetorical, or if you want to comment below. We always love to hear either where people are from or what are their thoughts about these questions. So the first one is, what would you do if all of your bills were paid and you had free time? So you had, like, every expense that you had currently was covered, and then you had time. Like, you didn't have to go to a job, you didn't have to go to an office, and you may still have to go like part-time, but you had some free time on your hands. What would you do? Where would you go? Who would you go and see? And like I said just a few moments ago, that could be really big. Like, maybe you want to go see the 7 wonders of the world, or maybe you just want to go for a walk in your neighborhood in the middle of the day. And whichever that is, it doesn't matter. But what are some of those things? And I really believe that most of us haven't taken any time to even think about what that would look like, because we don't even believe that that's a possibility. The second question is, where will you be in 5 years if you keep doing what you're doing today? Now, if you're a college student, hopefully that means you've graduated. But it also means, like, where are you going to be employed? Where are you going to be living? What is your financial situation going to look like? And for me, I loved being a business owner. I loved having a fitness business, and I loved helping, but I didn't have a 5-year plan. I had a no-year plan. I had we're just going to keep doing this, and then we'll figure it out as we go along. And I needed an exit strategy, not because I was ready to exit, but I wanted to be able to exit in 10, 15, 20 years or sooner if I so choose. And I will tell you all, like, my fitness business is so much more enjoyable today, because I don't have to do it out of necessity. It's more of I really enjoy this, and I love that it provides me a great income, and I love that I get to work with my clients. And if for some reason, like happened just today for a client tomorrow, somebody cannot meet, I don't panic. I don't start thinking in my brain like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose this amount of money. I just think, okay, she's got something else going on, and it's no problem that I have the opportunity to serve her well and be flexible. So let me tell you a little bit about Arbonne. I don't know if whoever invited you has told you a little or has told you a lot. You might have met them for coffee already. You might have watched a video. So some of this information may be repetitive, but it's always really good. And so I'm just going to kind of cover some high points. If you have questions while I'm sharing, you can comment below. Someone that's watching this with me or with us will probably be able to answer it. And if not, I will go back afterwards and just clarify and answer any questions that you might have. But when I talk about Arbonne, I really talk about it from 3 different kind of spheres or pillars. And that 1 is the product, 2 is the business, and 3 is the people or the culture. And the reason that I get really excited about this is because Arbonne's been around for almost 40 years. And so this isn't something that is brand new. It isn't something that is just getting started. It has a great track record, a great history, and it's been something that has been stable for a long time. And so past stability is a great predictor of future growth. And so that part is just awesome. So let me tell you a little bit about each one of these 3 areas. So the first is the products. So what Arbonne does and what we are committed to is we're committed to taking the best of what nature provides and combining it with the best of what science and technology has discovered. So when you combine those two things, you get these incredibly scientific formulas that deliver really amazing premium quality results. And who's going to argue with that? Who's going to argue with plant-based products, meaning they come from plants and flowers and herbs? They are vegan because we don't use animal products and we don't use any animal byproducts. We also don't test on animals. But it doesn't mean you have to be a vegan. It just means that the quality of the product ingredients and our product philosophy is so incredibly high that you're going to find very few brands that can compete. And to you, that may not mean anything, but if you are familiar with just kind of how products are made, how products are manufactured, and the quality that's required, the standard for a very long time has been the European Union. So right now they have a list of about 14 to 1,500 specific ingredients that they do not allow to be put in their personal care products. Now, the United States, which is the country that I live in, has a similar list. The government has listed out the things that we aren't allowed to put in our ingredient, or the ingredients that are put in our products. And instead of it being between 1,400 and 1,500, it's between 14 and 15. And so our standard is subpar, to say the least. Well, what Arbonne has done is they understand that the skin is the largest organ of the body, and what we put on our skin gets absorbed into our bloodstream and gets absorbed very quickly, and it impacts our health. And so Arbonne's commitment is actually a list of over 2,000 ingredients. So you aren't going to find toxins in our products. You aren't also going to find just simple things like gluten and dairy and soy. We're free of all of those things. And so I don't have any problem making a recommendation to any one of our 400 products because I know that they're going to work and I know that they're going to be amazing and I know that they're safe. From a business perspective, we have state-of-the-art everything. So we have a great client platform. We've got amazing technology. We have a really great distribution system set up so that we just direct people. If you had noticed the title within this group and this event was instead of being brick and mortar, it's click and order, because people can just simply get directed to a website. Can simply get directed to the internet, and they can shop at their convenience whenever they want. The internet never closes, you all. It doesn't take a holiday. It doesn't have office hours. The lights are always on. The door is always open, and you can go shopping anytime you want. The other thing that I love to share when we're talking about the business is specifically the compensation plan. And I'll get into the breakdown of what that looks like. But what you need to know right now, and what's really important, is that we just get paid for making a recommendation. We move products from the manufacturer to Arbonne to the consumer by us making a recommendation, by us sharing what we know, sharing what we love, and then directing people and showing them how to shop at a discount and get it delivered to their front door. Like, the UPS guy came today and brought me a package from Amazon. I never have to leave my house. It just showed up at my doorstep because I went online and I put a couple things in my cart, and 3 days later or 2 days later or 24 hours later, it shows up at my doorstep, and all I got to do is walk 10 feet, open the door, and then bring it in my house. And it's done. It's the same type of thing with Arbonne. The third and final thing is the people or the culture. And really, this is probably the thing that's I don't want to say it's the most life-changing, but I would say if I was to survey 100 Arbonne consultants and say how important is the culture of Arbonne, they would probably say it's a 12 out of 10. And that is because we are just a group of passionate, independent business owners that believe that we are more successful together and that everybody wins when everybody wins. And we believe that success attracts success, and we believe success breeds success. So why would we not want people to be successful? It's not that there's only a certain number of slices in the pie. It is everybody can have as much pie as they want. And so when you come into a business where that is the mentality, you get the opportunity for relationships and mentorship. You get to be recognized, you get to be known, and you get to not only get poured into, but you get to pour into other people. And to me, that is a beautiful thing. That Red Bullseye company, their slogan, their motto was fast, fun, and friendly. And I will say, we worked fast and we tried to have fun and we tried to be friendly. But when push came to shove, guess what left first? The friendly left, then the fun left, but we still needed to be fast. But I have never once in the years I've been with Arbonne ever felt any type of pressure to perform or any type of competitive spirit. It's just been, how can we support you? How can we help you be successful? And we believe in you probably more than you believe in yourself, which I believe is just incredibly cool. So you might be wondering, okay, so you guys have these great products where I can shop at a discount, but what do you do? Like, Tara, as an independent consultant, like, what do you do? Well, this is all I've done is I've stopped shopping at stores like the Big Red Bullseye store. I don't shop there anymore because I can get my personal care products in my own store at a discount and they get delivered to my door. Oh, and because I'm buying them at a discount and I'm buying them at my own store and I'm growing my network to a certain size, I get paid to do all of the above. So if that's the case, then that sounds like a great idea. Sounds like a pretty great idea to share with other people how to shop at a discount. And it sounds like a pretty great idea to show other people how to make money for showing other people how to shop at a discount. So that's what I do. I just started sharing how to do the one thing I've stopped doing and how to start doing the one thing I've started doing. And because of that, I've been successful. So why Arbonne? Well, there's a handful of reasons. There's actually a lot of reasons, but I don't need to get into every one of them because this call could take hours if I talked about all the amazing things and all of the amazing reasons Arbonne is set apart. But here's what you need to know. One is every product we have is consumable, meaning it gets used and used up. Two is we're a global internet-based business. I've already touched on the internet part, but we're in 6 countries: the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, Poland, and we don't have any geographical boundaries. And like I said, the internet goes everywhere. So you can talk to anybody in any of those countries and you can grow organizations and grow networks and show people how to shop at a discount and show people how to show other people how to shop at a discount. And you're going to get paid along the way. The third thing is that we are meeting the demands of the marketplace, not only because of our ingredient policy and our product philosophy, but also because these are products people are already using. People are using toothbrushes or toothpaste and deodorant and shampoo and body washes and protein powders and prebiotics and probiotics and things for immunity. Like, these are all things people are already using. So we are just showing them and educating them that there's something better and then showing them how to redirect money they're already spending in the process and saving. The fourth and final thing is leverageability, you all. And this is like the secret sauce to me. This is the thing that makes me like kind of, if you stop to think about it, it can almost make your brain explode because it's so exciting. But leverageability is just the idea of using your market and using those people that you know to share what you know. And I'm going to just use a brief example because right after actually I lost my job at the Big Red Bullseye company, I got introduced to this wonderful lady who just needed some help administratively with a small business that she owned. And I needed some money. So I started working for her. And because of my relationship with her, I have been introduced to a lot of people. Well, about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I sat down and I just kind of mapped out all of the people in my life that are tied back to her. And I haven't recently updated the list, but at the time, it was about 75 people were either in my Arbonne business or in my fitness business, either past or present, because of meeting her. One person. So I just leveraged her to make some simple introductions and my network has grown. That's the beauty of what we do with social marketing, is we just leverage our relationships. So you might be asking yourself as I wrap up, well, how do people get involved? What does this even entail? And what does this even look like? Well, there's 2 ways, really. You can shop or you can shop and make an income. If you want to shop, you can do that for free as a client, or we recommend that most people look at getting a preferred client account, which basically just means it's an Amazon account for Arbonne. You pay $29 annually. That allows you access to arbonne.com. You get to enter the consultant store who introduced you to Arbonne, and you get to shop, you get to save 20 to 40% off on every order that you place. And then we show you how to maximize your savings so that you get free gifts and you get free shipping. And you all, like, there's no minimums, meaning you don't have to shop at a certain frequency. You don't have to buy a certain amount of product. You just get access to the account. You use it as much or as little as you want. That's it. That's what you get to do if you want to shop. If you want to shop and make recommendations and earn an income, you can get a consultant account, which is what I have done. Instead of paying $29, it is $49 for the first year, and then it is $29 every year after that to keep the account active. As consultants, we get to shop at 35 to 50% off, and then we get to generate an income. And how do we make money? Well, we make money by sharing the products and getting paid on the commissions or the profits of the products that we're selling. And then we get paid for the network that we're growing. We do not get paid for the people in the network. So I can come to each one of you tonight that is watching this and say, I 100% think that you should consider doing this. I think you should consider taking a look. If you decide that it's not a fit for you, that's fine. You're not going to break my heart. My business isn't going to go under because there's 7.7 billion people on the planet. They don't all live in those 6 countries, but there's a lot of them that live in those 6 countries, and I haven't talked to every one of them, and every Arbonne consultant hasn't talked to every one of them. So I'm just going to go talk to the next person, and my network will grow, and I will get compensated. So that's what I do as an independent consultant and how people can get involved. So shop for $29 or start a business for $49. There's also no requirements to be a consultant, meaning you don't have to buy a certain amount of product, you don't have to shop at a certain frequency. Nothing is going to get auto shipped to your house. That is also a lot of what I love about Arbonne. All right, so how much money? Well, here's the deal. There's 4 very simple to understand management levels or leadership levels. And that just means as your network grows and you're helping more people open up their own stores and finding consumers and finding consumer gatherers, then your network grows and you're responsible for making sure that those people have the tools and support that they need. Here's the money that's attached to each one of those. And these are currently like United States. So again, every country is a little bit different, but because I'm here, these are the numbers that I have chosen to share tonight. So the first level is a district manager. An average district manager makes between $250 and $1,500 a month. Second level is called an area manager. Area managers make between $1,200 and $3,000 a month. The third level of management is called a regional vice president. Average income is $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And then the top level of the company is a national vice president, and their income actually is unlimited because there's no limit to the amount of, there's no limit to the size of our network. That's crazy. You all, the Red Bullseye Company, there's only one CEO. There was only one president, and then there was like 4 people that reported to them, and then there was like 4 people that reported to each one of those 4. I wasn't going to be any one of those people. Like there was a slim to none chance. Guess what? I can be a national vice president with Arbonne, and anybody else that wants to can be a national vice president with Arbonne and be making whatever amount of money they want. So you all, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Here is what I want you to, I just want to share as I close, is this is a vehicle. It is a vehicle to get you choices. It's a vehicle to get you time and finances. Is it your vehicle? That I do not know. Is Arbonne a fit for you? I don't know. But what I would say is if anything that I shared with you pricked your spirit or kind of tugged at your gut or just made you go, then ask the questions that you have. Figure out what's holding you back, because this is the thing I didn't share at the very beginning is, you all, I heard about this opportunity 14 years ago. 14. And I was a consumer for 7.5 years before I ever said yes to taking a look at the business. Now, it doesn't mean I didn't kind of piddle with it a little bit and tell people about it, but I wasn't committed. And it was okay, because today I have a really great life. And this is one of the reasons that I have it. And it came into my life at exactly the right time. But when I look back over those 7.5 years, the thing that was holding me back was myself. It wasn't because the system didn't work, and it wasn't because the products didn't work, and it wasn't because of anything other than I wasn't willing to get out of my own way. Well, I've gotten out of my own way. And I've built this incredible business, and I've built this incredible life because I chose this vehicle, because this vehicle was the one that was the right fit for me. So go and find out if this is the right vehicle for you. And I'm going to invite you to just jump in, take a little bit of a risk, get out of your way. And the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to have invested $50 for the next 12 months to get incredible products at 35 to 50% off that are going to change your life. That's it. So I've gone a little bit over the time that I wanted, and I even practiced earlier today twice to make sure I would stay under the 20 minutes. But I really appreciate, again, your time. You all have been, I think, lovely, even though I didn't get to see any of you. But enjoy the rest of your evening. If you are watching this on the replay, please let the consultant that invited you know that you have watched it. And just let them know your big nugget. What was your takeaway? What was the thing that maybe you heard for the first time or you found to be the most interesting? Because we would love to know what that is. All right. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate you. Good night.